Today I am doing a center part victory roll updo. As you can see, I've got some flowers on one side. It's pretty easy, kind of an update or a twist on the victory rolls that I did before. The part is a little different, so I hope you guys like it, and here we go. The first thing that I do is I'm gonna curl these small bangs, and because I'm doing, the victory rolls in that direction, I'm gonna curl these upside down. And I have, my bangs are cut asymmetrically, so I know a lot of you ask me to do styles for girls with bangs, and as long as your bangs are, below eyebrow level, you can do this hairstyle fairly easily. Even with Betty bangs, you can do it. It's just a little bit more difficult, and it really just depends on the texture of your hair. When I have my bangs cut that short, my hair is so thick and so straight that it doesn't really work for me. Same thing, I'm just curling it the opposite way of how I'm gonna curl the rest of my hair. And then I'm using these pin curl clips just to clip the curls once I get them. Okay, so I'm gonna do basically 1-inch sections of hair, starting at the top, and then I use a 1-inch curling iron, and I just comb them to get rid of the frizz, and then spray it with this heat protectant spray. It's by Paul Mitchell. Then I take my curling iron, and once it's hot to touch, I just take the whole curl and I pin it. Now with most of these vintage styles that I do, this works a lot better when your hair is like a day old. My hair is actually really clean right now, but I decided to do it anyways, but it holds a little bit better when your hair is a little bit dirtier. If your hair is super squeaky clean, a lot of girls say that the style won't hold for them. You can always tease the roots, or you can add like a styling wax or a styling pomade, and that'll give your hair a little bit more texture to work with. But basically, I'm just gonna do the same curl with the same sections, or same size of sections, all over my entire head, and then I'm gonna pin them. I realized in my last video that I made that I make the most god-awful faces when I'm spraying my hair, so disclaimer here, pay no attention to the god-awful stupid faces that I make when I'm spraying my hair. Someone in one of my last tutorials asked me about the heat of my curling iron. They said that it seemed like I was holding it on for an awful long time. I don't actually have a professional curling iron, so it doesn't have, heat settings that go up to a temperature. It's literally just like a dial that turns it up to 25. If you guys have nicer curling irons or more professional curling irons that you're turning up super high, it's probably not going to take you as long as it takes me. Just so you know, I'm not like sitting here scorching my hair. Okay, so once you have curled and pinned all of your hair, you're gonna want to wait for it to cool completely, especially me right now because my hair is really clean, and the longer it cools and the cooler it gets, the more that curl is gonna stay. So you can take this time to, eat a snack or do your makeup or watch a show or do a jig or whatever you want to do, but make sure that your hair is completely cool before you start styling it. Once everything is cool, you can just take out all of your pin curl clips and be careful with them, but you don't have to be crazy careful because we're pinning this up anyways. Same thing when you're curling, you don't have to be super meticulous because it's not being brushed out into a vintage style, it's just kind of being pinned up. So now you have this super sweet do. Now I'm gonna take the front sections of hair. You wanna kind of start at the back of your ear, kind of where your ear comes to a point. And you can go back as far as you want. I had a nurse that asked me about my last victory roll tutorial. She asked about putting a nurse's hat on the back of her head, so I just told her to make the rolls go a little bit farther forward so that the hat would fit back on. So you can really do them any size that you want. It just depends on the style that you want and if you're wearing any accessories in your hair. So I've parted it about here, and it goes almost to the end of my part. So now you're going to take this section of hair, you're going to brush it together so all the curls are uniform, and then give it a good tease. And I'm going to take this Paul Mitchell hairspray and also give it a good spray. And you can tease it some more. The more you tease, the easier it's going to be to pin it. So, can't really tease too much. Now I take my smoothing comb, and just like in my other one, I just smooth the top layer of all the hair that I've just teased. And then, get all of the curls to go in the same direction, and just kind of make a little loop like so, and then just roll it down. And you can really make these as big or as small as you want. If you want to make the roll bigger, just don't wind it as tight. Hair is kind of fuzzy, so I'm just smoothing it out and starting over again. It's all about trial and error, and a lot of people tell me that they can't get it and it's so hard and this and that, but it really just takes practice. So just keep practicing, keep trying, be patient, you'll get it. So now I take a bobby pin and just pin it into the center. So once you pin the center, just give it a good spray, and then you can smooth the top layer of your hair. Make sure you get all those flyaways and just tuck them under. And now you can do the same thing with the other side. Now the key with center part victory rolls is that they are symmetrical, because the off-center ones are a little bit easier because they don't have to be symmetrical. So just keep working on it. If they're not super even, you can always respray, recomb, reset, repin. You can do it all over again. You just have to be a little bit more patient with the front or the center part rolls. I'm just going to take one last pin on each side and bring them as far as I can together in the center. I like when my victory rolls touch each other. I know a lot of girls do them where they're kind of out here, but I think they look more traditional, more vintage when you keep them together in the middle. Okay. So now I'm going to take the hair in the back that I've curled, just run your fingers through it. Then I'm going to take just a hair tie And make sure it's all nice and smooth in the back. And then just kind of tie it into a knot. And I like to do it off center because it looks prettier with flowers. So once I've tied it, it just kind of looks like this. It's just kind of a loose knot. You can make it as tight or as loose as you want, but like I said, I keep it off center because it makes the flowers prettier on one side. You can also do flowers on both sides, but this is just the look that I'm doing today. So then I take some bobby pins and I just pin it a little closer to my head so it's secured. So that's kind of what it looks like now. It's just pinned. It's literally 2 bobby pins. It's super easy. So now I'm going to take 2 flowers. They're 2 individual. This one is a 2-part flower and this one is a 1. And you can just kind of pin it in. This one I'll go right here. And then this one, I will fill in that gap. So that's what it looks like in the back. Flowers are also good if you have any gaps in the back of your hair. You can use flowers or pins or whatever. Not pins, but clips to kind of fill in any gaps or any mistakes that you've made. It's just kind of a little way to cheat, but also look cute. So there you go. Center part victory roll updo with flowers. I hope you guys liked it. Like always, give me feedback. If you like something or want to see something different, want to see something more, let me know. Thanks, guys.